Hi K-Kids, it's me, Mrs. Rosno. Let's see if we can get together today to read Junie B. Jones is a Graduation Girl by Barbara Park, Chapter 3 called A Good Chuckle. And if you remember in Chapter 2, Room 9 was working on a poem for graduation, and Junie B. said something a little too silly, and Mrs. sent her to Principal's office. The office is where Principal lives. I know my way there by heart. There is a typing lady there, too. She looked over the counter at me. Well, 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 would you look who it is, she said. I looked down at myself. Well, 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 it looks like me, I said kind of quiet. The typing lady pointed at the blue chair. The blue chair is where bad kids sit. Only I'm not even bad, but I still have to sit there sometimes. I put my feet on the edge of the chair and I hid my face in my knees. If you don't hide your face, people can recognize yourself. Finally, I peeked one eye at Principal's door. And guess what? That guy was looking right back at me. Is that Junie B. Jones I see out there? He asked. I did a gasp, 'cause Principal can even recognize me from one eyeball, apparently. I went into his office, and I sat in the big wood chair. Principal winked at me. I'm a little bit surprised to see you, Junie B., he said. You haven't been sent down here for quite some time. I nodded. I know it, I said. That's because my behavior has shown considerable improvement. I pronounced those words very perfect. My teacher printed those words on my report card, I said. And guess what else showed improvement? My speaking. That's what, Principal. Because I don't say runned anymore. And I don't say thinked. And I don't say throwed. Do you want to hear me say them right? Huh, Principal? Do you? Do you? So I took a big breath. Ran, 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 ran. Thought, 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 thought. Through, 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 I said. I smiled, very proud. See, I told you. Mother says I am getting a better vocabulary, I said. Vocabulary, said Principal. Whatever, I said. Principal smiled. Yes, well, I'm delighted with your improvements, Junie B., but if everything has gotten better, he said, then why are you here? I wiggled in my chair, very uncomfortable. Because it wasn't my fault, that's why, I said. What wasn't your fault? Asked Principal. I wiggled some more. Then finally, I told Principal about how my teacher made us write a graduation poem and how she said the last word had to rhyme with blue. And so Polly Allen Puffer rhymed the word P-U, I said. But then Mrs. got very mad at him because she did not appreciate his behavior, young man. Only too bad for me because my brain thought of an even sillier poem and my mouth couldn't hold it in. Principal closed his eyes and he did some deep breaths. All right, he said, let's hear it. I gulped, very worried. Then I made my voice real soft. Roses are red. Violets are blue. Graduation is here, and your feet smell like stink, I said. After that, Principal kept his eyes closed a real long time, and he did not say any words. Then very slow, he put his head down on his desk, and he started to laugh. And then his laughing got louder and louder. And so guess what? Then I started laughing too. That poem was a beaut, right, Principal? I said. We are having ourselves a good chuckle over this, aren't we? Principal stopped laughing very fast, and he raised his head again. No, Junie B., no, we are not having a good chuckle, he said. I'm sorry, your poem caught me completely by surprise, but I never should have laughed like that. Then he crossed his arms at me. You are right about one thing, though, he said. Your poem is definitely silly. But silly things are not always appropriate to say in the classroom, are they? Your teacher made it clear. She did not like what Polly Allen Puffer had said, Junie B., but you said your poem anyway. And then he made squinty eyes at me. And please, don't blame this on your mouth, okay? You know you could have held that inside. I shrugged my shoulders. I don't know, I said kind of quiet. Maybe I could have. Principal tapped his fingers on his desk. This is a very serious matter to disobey a teacher, Junie B., he said. And I want you to sit here and think about just how serious it is. Can you do that, please? Yes, I said, I can. After that, I squeezed my eyes real tight, and I thought, and then finally I opened my eyes again. Good news, I said. I've said my last stink. Principal nodded his head. That is good news, he said. Then he stood up and he held my hand and he walked me into the hall. It's been an interesting year getting to know you, Junie B. Jones, he said. You're a fascinating little girl. Thank you, I said. You are fascinating too. After that, both of us waved goodbye and I started skipping back to room 9. And then all of a sudden, I stopped and spun around. Yeah, only we're not saying goodbye forever. Right, Principal? Right, because next year I will get sent down here too probably, or else maybe you and I will see each other on the playground. Right? Principal did a chuckle. Right, he said. Phew, hooray, I said. Hooray, hooray. Then I turned back around and I skipped my fastest to room 9, because maybe if I hurried, I could still sprinkle glitter on something. And that is the end of chapter 3, okay, kids? Chapter 4 is called Cats and Gowns. Cats and gowns. Well, cats are animals, we know. And gowns are very fancy dresses that sometimes people wear. So, maybe someone will have a very fancy dress, a gown, with cats on it. Ta-da! There we go. Junie B. Jones is a Graduation Girl by Barbara Park. Okay, kids, I miss you and love you. You stay home and stay safe and well, and I'll see you later, alligators. Bye-bye.